Hey guys, so I'm going to do a video on how to make another Valheim game folder for your modded world. I'm going to make another video after this one to show you how to play a modded game in the current world that you are in without losing your current vanilla game. All right, but this video is just going to be for a new world. Like if you create a new world and you just want to play it, but you want to play it modded, this is the video for you. If you want to use mods in your vanilla current world, but you don't want to lose vanilla, the next video is going to be for you. All right? So, let's get started. The first thing you always do is back up your Valheim game. So, if you log into your Valheim, go ahead and start your game. I'm not going to do it because I'm not making this video any longer. It needs to be. Hit play. Start your vanilla world. Go ahead and move around in it, just like walk around a little bit. And then log out and quit. Okay? That way it's current. Then what I want you to do is go to your start menu, go up to documents, right click, new folder, and name it today's date, original Valheim save. Okay? Second thing I want you to do, right click, new folder, and name it today's date, modded Valheim save. Okay? Now that you've done that, I want you to go to Start, My Computer or this PC, whichever. Click on your C drive. Scroll down to Users. And then your name. Then I want you to go up to the top where it says File, Home, Share, and View, and click on View. Then I want you to follow it over here to the right to where it says Hidden Items, or it might say Hidden Files and Folders, depending on what version of Windows you're using. And I want you to check that box, because the folder that we need is down here called App Data, and by default in Windows it is disabled. So you need to have this Show Hidden Items checked. Once you have that, click on App Data. Then I want you to go to Local Low, Iron Gate, Valheim. I want you to click on Characters, press and hold Control, Click on Worlds, still holding Control, right click, let go, and hit copy. So you want to copy characters and worlds. Now what I want you to do is bring up that folder that you just created that says Original Valheim. Open it up, right click and paste. That is your saved data file for vanilla. Okay? Now what I want you to do is go to your C drive. I want you to double click on it. Scroll down to Program Files times 86. Sorry. Click on it. Then scroll down to Steam. Click on it. Scroll down to Steam Apps. Click on it. Up to Common. Click on it. And this is where you're going to see your Valheim. Okay? So what I want you to do is right-click, New Folder, and name it Valheim Modded. Okay? Now while you're here, let's make some shortcuts. Let's go back one folder. Where it says Common, I want you to right-click it and pin to Quick Access. Okay? Then what I want you to do is go to your documents and the saved Valheim folders that you just made for your original and your modded. I want you to right click, pin to Quick Access, and go to the next one, right click and pin to Quick Access. So you should have in your Quick Access here on the left hand side your common folder and your two original Valheim save and your modded Valheim save. You should have all three of those in your Quick Access. Okay? The other folder I want you to make, I want you to go to this PC, go to your C drive, go down to Users, go to your name, go to your app data, local low, Iron Gate, and where you're at your Valheim folder here, I want you to right click that Valheim folder and pin to Quick Access. So now you should have all four of those folders right here. You should have your common folder, your saved original, and your saved modded, and your Valheim folder. All right, so you should have those. And thank you, Rocker Kitten, for showing me this, adding these over here, because it's been a tremendous help for what I do. And it's sure going to be a big help for this. All right, so you have your modded folder made. You have your original with your worlds in it. Now what I want you to do is click on your Valheim folder. No, I want you to click on your common folder where you have your Valheim, which would be your original game, and you have your folder for your modded. So then what I want you to do is your Valheim folder, I want you to rename it to Valheim Original. And your modded one, I want you to rename just Valheim. Okay? Now, the Valheim game only reads one folder, and it's the one that says Valheim. So when you're using your modded folder, just change the name to Valheim and change your original one to Valheim Original so that it only reads your modded folder. Okay? When you are getting ready to log out of your game, once you hit log out and then quit, go in and save your game. And all you have to do is go to your Valheim folder, highlight characters and worlds, right click, come down here. If you're in your modded world, right click and paste, and it updates it. If you're in your original, you'll do the same thing, right click and paste it. So you'll go to this Valheim folder, and that's where you found those. All right, that's why I had you create these shortcuts. So if you didn't do it, rewind the video and go do it. All right? So that's all you have to do to play two different game files, original and your modded. Okay? So that's all you have to do. Swap these two folders around. If you're playing in the same world, then you're going to keep updating these each time you log out. If you're in the original and you're logging out, then come to Valheim, copy the character worlds, and put it in your original folder. If you're logging out of your modded world, come here, copy them, and put them in your modded world folder. You don't have to do that if you're on a separate world. This is only if you're in the current world that you're playing vanilla. Because what that does is, when you go to start your game the next time, you want the worlds to load in how you left them. Okay? In other words, if you come in here and you switch out Valheim Original with your Valheim Modded, and you log out of your modded and you go to play your original, it's still going to show that if you're in the same world. So that's why you have these, because you just throw these into this. You copy these and throw them in from here. You'll copy these and throw them in here. Right? Make sense? Because this is the folder when you go to play your original, okay? And you have your original saved into this Valheim folder. It's all going to read the same. If I had my modded characters in my modded world, it's going to load that, my modded one. So that's why you keep a backup. Each time you log out of that world, save a backup. It's worth having, because if anything glitches out or whatever, you have your backups. All right. Now, if you're playing in a different world, then the only thing you have to do is come in and name your Valheim modded folder, Valheim. And then your original one, you'll name it Valheim Original. So say you're done playing your Valheim modded game and you want to play your original, then you would name the Valheim folder here back to Valheim modded. All right. And you would name your original one just Valheim, so that when the game started, it would only see your original one because it's the only one that says regular Valheim, just Valheim. It only reads the folder that says Valheim. That's why you take the word modded out or the word original out when that's the one you want to use. And the one that you don't use, you either name it Valheim Original or Valheim Modded. It sounds so complicated, but it's so simple. And I might not be the best person to explain this, but if you have common sense, you can follow this. But always keep a backup. Whether you're playing on another world or a new world, keep a backup of your original and your modded worlds or game, depending on which way you're doing it. All right? So right now I have it on the Valheim. All right? Now remember, my original is already modded. Okay? I don't have a... This is for people who want to play on the same game. I don't have a vanilla how do I explain this? My not modded version is vanilla. Okay, it's a backup. It's one of my old original backups of this world. But I call my modded one the original because it's the one I use. I don't use that old file, and you'll see why in a minute. Actually, I thought I had deleted it because I just don't use it. I don't have a need for it. This is the world that I do my mod showcases in, so I didn't need it. But I found a copy of the backup and thought that this is a good one to use because I can show you the difference. All right. So I have that one loaded in right now. You are going to see stuff falling and stuff, everything else, because I had nothing built really on this vanilla version. Okay. So when I load it, everything that was mods is going to be falling apart and everything else. So know that ahead of time. Yours will not do this. Mine is only doing it because it's the only two folders that I have to compare to show you. All right. So I'm going to log into my original game and it's going to look like hell and everything's going to be falling apart and everything else. And then I'm going to show you how, if you're doing it on the same world, not two different worlds, same world, how I'll get it back to my original, which is down here. So when I log back in, I'm going to name that one Valheim Modded and name this one regular Valheim. All right. So you're going to see. I'm not going to talk during this time because I want you guys to just look around and see everything. All right. And then when we get back to the folders and stuff, then I'm going to talk with you guys again. All right. So if it gets quiet, I apologize. Unless I find something that I want to say to you. But I really want you to focus on the change, on what you see is different, because this is what's going to happen when you switch back and forth between the two. That being said, my world is shit. There's nothing built in it. So don't compare it to your world. If you have a big, beautiful world and then you want to mod in it, it's going to stay a big, beautiful world because that's the way you have it. My world had nothing. I built everything from mods. So it's all going to be falling apart. Okay? So we're about to log in. To the vanilla version. And like I said, you're going to see everything falling apart and everything else. Don't mind it. All right? I'm going to mute this, guys. Pardon me. Allergies. Notice there's no workstations here at all. None. The signs, all the white lettering is black because that's the default. That's vanilla. All my lighting is gone. I had all that beautiful, colorful, more lighting mod. It's gone. My fire is floating because the stand it's on is gone because it's from a mod. All right. So just kind of look around all the empty spots and stuff that are on the wall. This whole thing was all lit up and it's gorgeous and everything. And now it just looks plain. Vanilla. That's all. It's just vanilla. Out here, you're going to see a ton of crates and barrels and baskets and stuff gone. Over here was a greenhouse. Out here was a ton of pieces I put out because of my last video. Somebody wanted to see how many pieces thus far. So I was showing it to them. And they're all gone. So you're going to see that come back. Then this is a building that has other archways and doors and everything else, and lockers, and a bunch of castle braziers and stuff, and street lamps. That's another video I just did. They're gone. Every single mod that was in here is gone. The only thing left standing is what I have built vanilla. Okay? My road is back to shit. Look at these huge mountains. My garden is gone. My house is gone. Only the vanilla things are remaining. All the mod stuff is gone. Even in my workflow up here. See, my walls are gone because I used that log cabin wood mod. All the other stuff that's there, I built. So it's not going to fall apart. Like all these with the chests in it and my workflow up above, I built all that. But everything else that was a mod, my walls and stuff, they're gone. Come out here. This was the glorious rainbow mod. It's gone. All right. So now you've seen that. What happens to mine? This won't happen to yours because yours is going to be a vanilla file to begin with, which is what I'm trying to explain to you. All right? So now I'm going to go back down here into the same building, into the same world, but I'm going to swap files. And I'll show you what I mean. All right. So now I'm going to log out of here. And then I'm going to quit. All right. And I'll wait for this to say play. All right. So now I'm going to go into, I need to close that out. I'll go to my file manager down here at the bottom. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my common folder. And this one, I'm going to rename back to my Valheim modded, which is actually my Valheim vanilla. And my Valheim original is the actual modded one. So I'm going to rename this one just Valheim. Now, normally, if you're in another world, you would just start the game and go. But if you're in the same world, you want to come down to original Valheim save. Copy the save that you had. And stick it into and hit replace. Stick it into the Valheim folder that has your characters and worlds in it. Okay? And now when you start the game, remember, we're going into the same world with the same everything. Okay? We're just going to go in now fully modded. Now, if you were playing in a different world, you would just swap those two folders the way I showed you. But when you're going into the same world, you have to tell it the difference. You have to tell the game the difference. So it was really simple. You just copied and pasted and swapped two folders. That was it. Took me, what, like 2 minutes. That's all you have to do. Now, if I was playing on it, I would have saved it again. But I wasn't playing. I just walked around. All right. So now I'm going to hit start game. See, now my character has a mohawk. That's part of a mod. I'm going to hit start, first one, and we're going to go. But this is how it works. And this is all the mods loading. It takes a little longer for the modded worlds to load because it has to load all the different pieces and whatever it is that you have. And I have a lot. I have like 60 some mods. 60, forget how many. 60 something. Now, there is all my mods. See, everything's still there, right where I left it. The writing is back to white. All my stations are back. Everything is back to normal. My swords are up on the wall. My more lighting is there. My more gates is right here, which was my doors that were missing, remember? Outside there should be barrels and crates and baskets. And then I come over here is my greenhouse. So my greenhouse is there. And then over here should be a bajillion pieces from yesterday's video because somebody wanted to see the building pieces I have so far in the mods that I use. This was that big empty field, if you guys remember I was talking about. So there's that. Then this is that thing that had the benches in it, and I told you that there were big archways and stuff. So there's the big archways and stuff. And then I told you inside it had a bunch of braziers, castle braziers, and storage lockers and stuff. There they are. So it's all back. We're going to run up here real quick. Oh, and if you look, now my menu is back with the stuff in it that was there before. All right, so let's go check out my crappy road. It shouldn't be as hilly. It should be back to, well, it will be back to normal. Not should be. It will be back to normal. But it's still a little hilly. But much better than what it was. Now it looks like it's forming an actual road. That's another mod that I'm using to get this to level out because this is one of those areas that you can't dig down any deeper. So that is what it is. See, my garden walls are back up. My house is back to normal. Go inside. See, all my lighting is back. My Odin's potions, my armor stands, all of it. All those mods are back. This is the advanced cooking station right here. This is the Bon Appetit mod. Like everything is back to normal. This is better wards. More gates. Valheim expanded. Then we can go up here. Off in the distance, there is that glorious rainbow house and stuff I was telling you guys had disappeared from my yard. It's back. So all you have to do, guys, is swap the files around. That's it. That's all you have to do. Your save games are still there. Just make sure you save them. It's not rocket science. It's all keep it simple, stupid type stuff. Did somebody have to teach me? Yes, absolutely. I was plumb dumb to this stuff. And my better signs are back with the white lettering. So cool. Everything's back. Now, if I wanted to switch out again, I'd have to just do the same thing. Log out, quit my game, go in, save it, swap my folders from vanilla to modded or modded back to vanilla, and then paste the world and character back into whichever folder I'm loading, whether it be the modded one or the vanilla one. And that's it. You're done. You're set. All right. So that's it. It's all really easy to do, guys. So if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. Hit me up on my Discord, and I'll try to help walk you through it. I can't tell you how many shared screens or video calls that I've done with people to help them out and try to get them started. All right? So, but try my video first. Don't just hit me up on Discord and do it. Actually watch the video and attempt to do it yourself. Just back up your files. Just back them up. Nothing else can happen. You can totally uninstall the entire game, reinstall it, and just drop in your character and worlds and get back up and running. That's how they make these games nowadays. And I just showed you how to do it. So, but if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Hit me up. Other than that, I hope you're able to do it. I hope you can download some mods into your modded world and start enjoying playing modded. There's so much you can do with them. Check out my other videos. There are videos that I don't do. Like I don't do Valheim Plus because I don't use it. I play in a world by myself, and it's made for... It's more geared towards multiplayer. So I don't do Valheim Plus. I don't do creature and loot level. I don't do any of the the monster ones and stuff. Now I am going to my buddy's world, and they have it. They have monsters starting at level 5, and so I'm going to be going over there. And it is a modded world, so we can play with our mods. Now, we can't do stuff like cheating, which is awesome because I don't like doing that anyhow. I only do it in here when I'm showing a mod. Like, if I'm showing a mod and I need, I don't know, wood, I'm not going to go chop a tree real quick in the middle of a video. I'm just going to spawn it. But pretty much it's don't use the dev commands because, like, flying is one and, you know, other stuff. Common sense stuff like don't steal from somebody else and, you know, don't get in somebody else's shit. That's common sense stuff. You really shouldn't have to tell players that. And if you do, maybe they shouldn't be in the world. But it's pretty much common sense stuff. But like no flying, no, basically, in my opinion, no dev commands, you know. And, don't spawn stuff. Like the mod that I have in here, the easy spawner, that's what helps me spawn stuff in. Like, now, it's different if you download a mod, which I will be doing one on that either later tonight or tomorrow. I did download a mod that's basically pointless, except for the fact that it has really neat pieces that are useless, but they look good on item stands. So for decoration purposes, it gives it to you. It's not stuff you can build because like we can't mine gold and silver and I forget what else there is in the mod. The stuff that's in it, we can't mine it. So you have to spawn it. And the only way to spawn it is with like easy spawner. So I spawned one of everything just so I can put them on display. So for that purpose, that mod is really cool because then you can add stuff to your displays. There's a couple mods that are like that. They're useless and pointless because it's not stuff that we could, there's no resources. Now, some of them do say that they work with drop that or drop this, drop that. Which is you go into the config file and you configure it as to what you want the monsters to drop. And I'm not good with things like that because his mod wants you to actually know what you're doing and set everything up. Like it gives you a blank notepad and wants you to set it up. And yeah, I don't do that. I don't understand how to do the coding and stuff. That's way above my pay grade here, guys. But I just used it to spawn the items in to put them on display. And like I said, I'll be doing a video on that because some of the stuff is pretty neat looking. He has like a rotted head and some other stuff. So, pretty cool. There are a couple items that won't go on item stands, and I was reading in the comments, other people were having that issue too. So, anyways, guys, this is how you go back and forth between a modded world and a vanilla world. You just make sure you make the files that I said. Make sure that you do the saves that I told you about. Make sure you swap your save into your folders. Make sure you pin to the side like I showed you so that you have quick access to all 4 of those folders. And you just boom, 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 you know, change names, enter, change name, enter, copy, paste, go. You're done. Like it's literally that fast to play another world or on other game files. All right. So if you and back up, do that first. Make backups of each one first. All right. Also, if when you create if you're going to do it on the same world and you put it in, you're playing on your modded file, which now just says Valheim, because remember, when you're playing with that file, it can only say Valheim, whether it's your vanilla or your modded. So pay attention to the names that you change the names, or it's not going to work. I mean, it's that simple. Anyways, the first time that you log into Valheim, it's going to say, put on the wheels. There's no folders inside here. Well, there isn't going to be, because remember, we created a blank folder that said Valheim modded. So when it gives you that message, you're going to go here to Valheim. Now, this is after you've attempted to start it. Okay? You're going to go here to Valheim, right click, go to properties. You're going to come here to local files and hit verify integrity of the game, and it's going to put the game files into that modded folder file. All right. Then you're off and running. You're good. The only other thing that you're going to have to do, like I said, is put in your from your modded is copy your characters over and then right click and paste them. All right. And then just remember, when you log out of it for that night, you're going to go into that same folder, copy the character in the worlds folder, right click whatever game you're playing. If you're playing modded and you just logged out of modded, then go here into your modded, right click and paste. If you were playing original and you just logged out of original, then you're going to go to your Valheim folder and you're going to you're going to go to your original folder. You're going to highlight these, go to your Valheim folder, right click and paste. All right. And that's how you play in the same world and a new world under 2 different files for your vanilla and your modded. All right. Any questions, any concerns, feel free, hit me up. And that's it, guys, for this one. I'll see you in the next one.